From inspiring art studios to high-tech forensics labs, from industrial factory floors to covert counterfeit seizures in the jungles of Colombia. What goes into producing and protecting the most coveted currency on the planet? Join the Secret Service, the Fed, the U.S. Mint, and the Bureau of Engraving and Printing to discover the well-oiled machinery of making money. Be the first in the door to see the creation of the new colored next-generation $20 bill. See how American entrepreneurs are finding ways to make money off of money. And find out how certain creative citizens are bucking the system to produce their own currency.
I think we should all be concerned about our money. But unfortunately, most people never even consider the value of money.
We use it every day. We work our whole lives for it. But how much do Americans really know about U.S. money?
By and large, money is a topic that's just left undiscussed.
How is it made? Who controls how much is made? And why?
You know what? I have no idea.
I don't know nothing about it.
What makes a bill worth more than the paper it's printed on?
Because of the gold, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Fort Knox. Used to be. I have no idea now.
There's really a great deal that's unknown about money and the complex process that goes into creating it. A process involving the coordinated teamwork of some of the most highly secure organizations in the country. They say when you have it, money sure goes quickly. But the Bureau of Engraving and Printing is making money even faster than you could spend it.
This coming year we'll produce almost 9 billion notes, which comes out to just about $500 million in face value every day of the year.
We produced about 600,000 sheets per day.
The Bureau of Engraving and Printing, or the BEP, started in 1877 as a 6-person operation in the basement of the Department of the Treasury. The United States Mint cranks out coins at tremendous speeds, and the Bureau of Engraving and Printing shuffles out billions of bills faster than any human could ever spend them. But the high-speed, ultra-productive nature of these money-making entities would all come to a grinding halt when the Fed said stop. In complete control of all construction and destruction of money, what the Fed says goes. The Federal Board of Governors oversees the 12 Federal Reserve Banks and their 25 branches nationwide. Congress created the Fed in 1913 to provide money and a bank Americans could trust. Known as the Bankers Bank, credit unions and banks across the country all do their banking here.
The reserve banks are really the operating arm of the Federal Reserve System.
Like the brain in the body of the monetary system, the Federal Reserve controls the nervous system as the nation's central bank. It regulates the flow of money and sends messages to the proper agencies when it needs more or less currency to keep the body healthy and stable. And although the Fed is in charge of all legal tender money production in this country, there are also people who are trying to take making money into their own hands.
25.
Meet the man behind the American Liberty Dollar.
My name is Bernard von NotHaus, and I'm the person who designed and developed the Liberty Dollar.
So what exactly is it? The Liberty Dollar is an alternative form of currency created by a national nonprofit called NorFed. It began with the notion that Americans want a currency owned by the people, not the Federal Reserve. Something they can trust that is 100% backed and redeemable for silver and gold.
Where the Federal Reserve dollar is not backed up by anything, the Liberty Dollar is backed up by 1 ounce of silver.
In America's not-so-distant past, currency was backed by actual gold or silver. That era ended when Kennedy abolished the silver standard. Now, money's value lies solely in a government promise, making the Liberty Dollar more attractive to many. But is it legal?
There's absolutely no doubt about that. But it's interesting how many well-informed people don't understand that anybody can go out and make their own money.
$4 a change.
It's legal to make it and legal to spend it. No laws prohibit making your own money and exchanging it for goods and services.
While people might choose to use them within their own community, they're not recognized, and nor, if they were ever deposited here, would not be recognized and given credit for.
The Liberty Dollar can only be used if a business or individual is willing to accept it. So what happens when you take it to the street?
Oh yeah, hi, I'd like to have 2 turkey and Swiss and 1 ham and Swiss. I have a $10 silver.
We don't okay. What is this?
It's the new $10 silver piece.
Hold up, I'm trying to see what this is.
Just like that. Used every day throughout America. Washington, District of Criminals. Okay. Now I have the paper money, but I have a new silver $10 piece.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh, good.
Whoa, what do you think? Looking pretty good.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You have a nice day.
Oh, absolutely.
Right now, there are more than 5 million Liberty Dollars in circulation, with over 50,000 users.
It's just amazing because most people think that people won't accept the currency. But the reality is, after 5 years of doing this, people take the currency readily.
And Liberty Dollar supporters are stationed all over the country. Here in Berryville, Arkansas, Wayne Hicks is the regional currency office operator.
When you have a money that is backed by a commodity that has an intrinsic value, a real value, you have money that can never be completely worthless.
His office wall lists everyone in town who accepts it. From the butcher to the baker, Berryville is booming with Liberty Dollar merchants.
What we're finding is that the local mom and pop stores, the small merchant, they are growing now because the Liberty Dollar's in town.
Out of 20?
Hey Gary, how you doing? Good. What can I do for you?
Like some silver.
Okay, you want all in silver today?
From D.C. to the Ozarks, the Liberty Dollar is making headway by popularity and by those stopping to pay attention to the principle behind it.
I think we should all be concerned about our money. But unfortunately, most people never even consider the value of money. By and large, money is a topic that's just left undiscussed.
Why don't we question this country's currency? Is it because of its well-established production? Its seamless usage? Like driving a car, one may not know much about the machine itself, but as long as it runs well, who really cares how it works?
The Liberty Dollar was originally conceived as a method of returning value to money for people, and it enjoyed great success for more than 8 years. Over 85 million Liberty Dollars were in circulation by 2007, and even the government acknowledged regularly that it was perfectly legal. In late 2007, however, everything changed. After numerous news stories indicated that the Liberty Dollar was becoming widely accepted, the Liberty Dollar and Bernard von NotHaus came under the scrutiny of the Justice Department. An investigation ensued, at the culmination of which Mr. von NotHaus and others were arrested, tried, and convicted of violating a part of the U.S. Code that refers to counterfeiting. Facing more than 20 years in federal prison after his conviction, Bernard was eventually sentenced to only 3 years of probation and was released from that sentence after serving only 1 year. 18 U.S.C. 486 states, "Whoever, except as authorized by law, makes or utters or passes or attempts to utter or pass any coins of gold or silver or other metal, or alloys of metals intended for use as current money, whether in the resemblance of coins of the United States or of foreign countries, or of original design, shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 5 years or both." The jury decided that the silver coins issued by Mr. von NotHaus were in violation of that statute, resulting in his conviction for counterfeiting. The attorney for the government described Mr. von NotHaus as a domestic terrorist, and he faced up to 22 years in federal prison. At nearly 70 years old, that would have constituted a life sentence. Judge Richard L. Voorhees, however, denied the government's petition to hand down such a severe sentence. Instead, he ruled that the only way the Liberty Dollar violated the law was in the use of actual silver in commerce. Under 18 U.S.C. 486, it is actually a crime to trade any item made of gold, silver, or other metal for something else of value except for cash. The only thing you can legally do with silver bullion is sell it. It cannot be traded in barter because this constitutes using it in commerce. As a result of this infamous case, the courts have now interpreted that law to disallow any private minting of silver, gold, or other metals into pieces or coins that are intended to be used in any form of commerce. However, that was not all the Liberty Dollar was, and this is why Kathy is proud to carry on the dream and the legacy of Bernard von NotHaus by bringing back the Liberty Dollar. Historically, silver has maintained its value in comparison to all other commodities. An ounce of silver would buy approximately 4 gallons of gasoline in 1950, and it still does today. It would buy about a dozen eggs, and it still does. In fact, the same amount of silver that would buy a loaf of bread in the year 1800 will still buy a loaf of bread today. Except for occasional spikes in the price of silver, these formulas have held true since our country began. This is why Liberty dollars are considered to be inflation-proof and beneficial for any community that will put them to use. Community currencies are nothing new. In the 1980s, a man named Paul Glover created the Ithaca Hours, a local currency based on 1 hour of manual labor. It is still going strong today, and there are many others. Communities who have embraced a local currency have, in every case, seen the local economy begin to grow and thrive. As local money circulates within the community, local businesses begin to see greater profits, which result in growth, and that leads to additional jobs. New local businesses tend to spring up so that the overall wealth of the community grows. The Liberty Dollar issued by the Liberty Dollar Network comes in 2 forms: negotiable paper silver certificates that entitle the bearer to a specific quantity of silver bullion, and negotiable digital silver certificates called electronic Liberty Dollars, or ELD, which do the same and are legally defined as negotiable warehouse receipts. It is important to note, however, that Liberty Dollars are not legal tender of any nation. This means that you cannot pay taxes with it, you can't deposit it to a bank account, and no one is required by law to accept it. It is not issued by a government, but by a private organization that is profit-based, and therefore it is only an item that is suitable for use in barter, rather than any official kind of money or currency. The Liberty Dollar Network is an entirely non-political organization, and our purpose is simply to benefit the community and the people with value-backed, negotiable silver certificates for use in local barter trade. Since local money stays local, Liberty Dollars will almost never be accepted by big box national chains. This means that local businesses who agree to accept Liberty Dollars will enjoy all the additional trade that they generate. Local residents can accept Liberty Dollars for crafts, services, or items they want to sell, giving everyone the opportunity to acquire Liberty Dollars. Merchants who accept them will be the beneficiaries of this value-backed local currency. Liberty Dollars currently operate on a $25 silver base. What this means is that we value each ounce of silver at $25, but members of the Liberty Dollar Network can purchase the silver and receive the silver certificates at only $22.50 per ounce. This lets you gain $2.50 per ounce in trading power when you barter with them. While the so-called spot price of silver is still under $20, it is necessary to base a currency on a likely future value. When silver's spot price rises above $20, it will be necessary for us to adjust that base upward, which will increase the value of all Liberty Dollars, both paper and electronic, already in circulation. The silver that backed your Liberty Dollars will only grow in value, making this a great way to keep your spending power in spite of inflation. Our ELD system allows anyone to use our website or a smartphone app to transfer ELD to others and barter for goods or services they offer. And members can post their own goods and services on our website as well. Members, merchants, and professionals can accept ELD on their own websites in exchange for their own products or services. The laws of the United States require certain things of services like ours, including a specific anti-money laundering policy, and this imposes on us a responsibility to know who we are dealing with. For that reason, only members of the Liberty Dollar Network can purchase silver and receive Liberty Dollars directly from us. Membership is free and allows you to buy silver from us and take possession of it, or to receive paper or digital silver certificates for use in barter. Silver membership costs $4.95 a month and entitles the silver member to sell that silver back to us at any time via check or PayPal. When you wish to convert your silver certificates to US dollars, simply let us know. Mail or bring in your paper silver certificates or transfer your ELD back to us, and we will happily send your money. We accept US dollars at our office, most national currencies via credit or debit cards through the internet, and may soon accept Bitcoin and other digital currencies. Merchants and other businesses who register with the Liberty Dollar Network can get Liberty Dollars at a 15% discount, allowing them to make extra profit when using Liberty Dollars to make change. Registration also entitles them to sell silver back to us when they need cash to pay bills or taxes, and it gets them promoted on our website so that all of our members know that they accept Liberty Dollars. Liberty Dollars are launching right here in Live Oak, Florida, but we already have people interested in putting them into circulation in other communities around the USA and even in other countries. Regardless of where they go into circulation, Liberty Dollars will aid the local economy and benefit the people. We're very proud to be a part of the Live Oak community and look forward to helping the community grow and become even wealthier in the future.